Managing cash is critical, but for many finance teams, creating a reliable 13-week cash flow forecast is a painful manual process that takes a lot of time. What if you could build a detailed, accurate, direct and indirect cash flow forecast in minutes? Drivetrain makes cash flow forecasting straightforward. You can build direct and indirect cash flow models, connect them to your ERP, run scenario analysis, and report them at weekly, monthly, and quarterly levels. With automated data sync, collaboration workflows, and flexible reporting, you'll always know where your cash stands and where it's headed. Here's a fully built 13-week direct cash flow report in Drivetrain. At the top, you see KPIs for beginning cash, cash in, cash out, and ending cash. Then we have a table that lays out weekly cash flows and charts below to visualize different scenarios for ending cash. You can expand any weekly column to see actuals, current plan, and variance. This gives you instant visibility into where you're on track and where adjustments may be needed. And here's the model that powers that report. There are multiple ways to model direct cash flow. Here's one example: beginning cash, cash in, cash out, and other cash movements sum to ending cash, which then feeds into the next week's beginning cash, creating a continuous flow across the 13-week horizon. Drivetrain gives you multiple ways to bring in data to build your model. For example, cash movements like equity infusions, rent, or salaries and wages could come from your ERP, such as NetSuite, Sage, or QuickBooks, or from bank statements imported via Google Sheets or a CSV file. You can also connect systems like Stripe or other billing and invoicing platforms for cash-in data. Once connected, actuals automatically flow into Drivetrain, keeping your model up to date. Once your data is in Drivetrain, you decide how to break it down. Here, cash-in is split by region and customer. You could also choose to split only by customer or by customer segments, such as B2B, wholesale, or retail, and apply assumptions based on payment behavior. For example, B2B customers paying at 40 days, wholesale at 30, retail at 60. These assumptions roll into invoices to generate a forecast, shown by the weeks highlighted with the green line, based on the actuals up to the date you choose. You can also model scenarios. For instance, a base case with 75% collections versus a high case with 95%. The same model with different assumptions instantly shows the impact on ending cash. In the high case, ending cash might be $58 million on the week of June 2nd versus just $36 million in the base case in the same week. In addition to modeling direct cash flows, you could also build an indirect cash flow model. It starts with opening cash, then net changes in cash split into operating, investing, and financing activities, and finally, the closing balance. This cash flow model is part of a fully integrated three-statement model. Net income flows from your P&L, cash changes roll up to your balance sheet, and the best part is that this entire model is available out of the box. The Drive App Hub includes many pre-built templates for ERP systems like NetSuite, QuickBooks, and Xero, so you don't have to build integrated three-statement models and reports from scratch, saving you days of effort. Finally, all of this rolls up into reports. You can see KPIs, tables, and scenario comparisons. Change the date range and everything updates instantly. You can run budget variance analysis, drill into a line item like cash in by any dimension, for example, customer, to see who is paying in a particular period, or even down to the transaction level. Further, you can aggregate weekly numbers into monthly, quarterly, or yearly views with a single click on M, Q, or Y. And finally, collaboration is built in. Not everyone needs model access. Within reports, you can request inputs from stakeholders, like cash-in forecasts by country or customer, without exposing the underlying model. Just create a task, name it, and add an optional description, assign it to a stakeholder, set a deadline, and add approvers. Stakeholders get notified in Slack, Teams, or email, and then come here to update the numbers directly. As soon as they do, the model and reports refresh instantly for everyone. With Drivetrain, building a 13-week cash flow forecast is no longer a manual spreadsheet exercise. You get integrated models, automated data flows, accurate weekly and monthly aggregation, and collaborative workflows, all in one platform. And that's how easily you can build and manage a 13-week cash flow forecast in Drivetrain in under 5 minutes.